And then afterwards, he said that, oh, look here, this has this thing right here about a spike, but it balances back out, so it doesn't significantly lower your T count. And then afterwards, he was like, well, this is some new wave science stuff, and people on Clubhouse talk about semen retention. That's what you said afterwards.
Right. Nothing you're saying is wrong. You just miss frequent, and you mulled over the spike part, which is what affirmed what I was saying.
He's so manipulative. Frequent. He's being disingenuous. Listen. If you
can't spell disingenuous. Go ahead, Nathan.
D-I-S-G. Yeah, if you say frequent, it still isn't changing, bro. It doesn't significantly lower your T level, and that's what it is. That's the whole point.
AISSING.
Hilarious. Well, we had the 2023 study. We don't have to split hairs, right? And there are no long-term studies about it. And I also submitted that this is new data that people are continuing to study. And it is affirmed and confirmed, scientifically proven, that your testosterone levels do increase through semen retention over the course of 7 days. Full stop.
Show us the study. Show us that one study, please.
Yeah, I'm not your teacher, bro.
And it better be peer-reviewed. And it better be a peer-reviewed study. Let's give us one peer-reviewed study, nigga.
You ain't paying me. You can look at it.
This your kid? This your fucking kid?
That's not how it works in Europe, Pop.
Yeah, I know.
So you know what you're saying. It's like you go to the gas station with your car and you don't use the car, therefore you don't lose any of the gas. But if you do use the gas, you're gonna have less of it. Like that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm not posting the link. Louis confirmed it, and we have other members who can attest to this. So if y'all want to call me a liar, I don't really care. It's just I know what I said. And I know that the study.
No, Louis said something, and you added to what Louis said. Louis didn't confirm anything. That was not your point originally. Stop doing that, bro.
We got to the point. We got to the point of what I was saying.
What you said
was confirmed.
Originally was not what Louis said.
We confirmed that it does increase testosterone levels through.
That's not what you said, bro.
Practicing semen retention.
You were talking. No, that's not what you said, bro.
That is what I said.
Okay, so it was more like actually the men who have sex more frequently, which would be that release of testosterone, have temporary lower levels of testosterone, which is why they're less aggressive.
That is what I said. Along the lines. That is along the lines.
Along the lines.
Oh.
You old, and that's why you making them sound.
I'm sore, man. Oh my god. Listen, last couple of days, all I did was sore. My legs up. Sore. And I got some alligator meat.
Why?
What's that?
Why?
I'm about to make some alligator nuggets.
Alligator nuggets?
It's like, oh my god, you about to do it like that.
Y'all eating gator like that in Florida?
Just Nathan. I feel like that's not. I mean, they do have that swampland and the swamp people.
Have you ever ate it with blue cheese? Like a dip? Hence blue cheese.
The first time I ate alligator, I felt so betrayed.
Why?
They told me it was chicken.
Okay, so my cousin likes to force me sometimes into new experiences because I, on my own, would just do the same thing I always do because I know I like doing those things. And so she forced me to try alligator meat, and it was by force. Okay, it was absolutely peer pressure, and I didn't even chew it. I just swallowed the alligator nugget whole rather than allow it to touch my taste buds or be betwixt my teeth. So I don't actually know what alligator tastes like. I just know I had it inside of me and I didn't like it. Thank you.
Tally. Pause, because I know a guy named Alligator. And if you had alligator in you and you didn't like it,
I didn't like it what? The same thing happened with crawfish. One of my cousin who lived down in Louisiana for a while, she came up to the Midwest, made her gumbo, and I said, "Why would I eat it? I can see the eyes. It's looking right back at me. Why would I eat it?" And once again, I swallowed it whole and said, "See, look, I did it. Damn." So I also don't know what crawfish tastes like.
Sally, you know what I made for dinner last night? Black-eyed peas and cornbread. I just got to work and I'm finishing it too. It tastes so good. I feel so black and proud.
Oh my God. So yes, in African American households, it's good luck to make the black-eyed peas on New Year's Eve. And so we would do that and I wouldn't eat it because once again, I just like
Tally.
And
tell me that one more time. Because I'm really admire that. Tell me that one more time, please.
The blacks say that it's good luck to make black-eyed peas on New Year's Eve. I don't know why. You know, but that's what they do.
No, Tally, look, I know why. Let me tell you this. There's a book by Booker T. Washington called Up From Slavery. It's one of the few books I read, right? And in it, he tells you in the slave quarters that he would visit, in every single household, the black woman would be making on the stove would be a bowl of black-eyed peas, and in the oven some cornbread. And he was disgusted in a way because he felt like that's all they had, so that's all they would eat. But I'm very conscious, like there's a difference between Southern food and slave food. Southern food is privileged food in the South. Slave food is like the cornbread, the black-eyed peas with it. And unless you got nigga blood, you're never going to enjoy that taste because it's based on the consciousness.
I can't think of a single. No,
let me finish the last sentence. So because you lack that collective consciousness, you will never dip inside the ancestral pool.
So anyway, any air quotes Southern food I can think of came from black people, and I did occasionally have to remind my white Southern friends that they're eating black people food, and that ain't Southern, that's fucking black. So I'll say the same to you, a Northerner. There is no Southern food. There's what black people made, just like a lot of American culture is what black people made. And white people took it.
That's a fact. I keep telling everybody, tacos are actually black culture. So you telling me, this is what you believe. You believe in the slave quarters, in the little cabins, that steak. The niggas was frying chicken right there, right?
Is steak American?
The white nigga wasn't frying the chicken.
Like, is that an American thing?
What?
So there's the whiteness that was brought over to America, and then there's black people who were also brought over to America and made the best of what was given to them, which was often scraps. And out of those scraps, they made delicacies. And that's why even today, as white people rediscover what black people held close for so long, shit gets expensive, which is why you niggas can't eat neck bones like you used to, because whites like it now.
I fucking love neck bones. Turkey neck bone, pork neck bone. I love pig feet. I love ham hock. I love the slimy texture on it, like motherfucking oxtail. Nigga, I'm a nigga.
Okay.
And I'm eating cornbread as I say it. It tastes so good. I did this. And I put a little butter and honey as soon as it came out the oven, and I let it sit and melt over that shit. So now, like, the top layer is a little darker and golden.
I would say the same about oxtails. Another thing that would have been discarded, and since black people were given scraps, they made delicacies out of those scraps, and later.
Asshole. That's what
you know what?
Story.
Of course, because you don't value blackness, you're having a hard time letting me even get through the sentence. But take your coon ass the fuck out of my face. I get so tired of people testing me as a black person. I'm always black. I don't give a fuck about a politic. It's what I am.
I'm more black than
you. You're lying.
No. Because my blood goes 3 generations into slavery, nigga. Yours go like 4. And you older than me, so that means my blood is more potent than yours. Damn, that shit was good. That cornbread, I made that fucking cornbread. I'm not dealing with my nigga. I did that.
I have a question regarding that comment.
Did you think
made,
the alligator
there's
was
no
nasty?
such thing
My phone
as
died.
there's no such thing as Southern food. It's all just black-made food. So in that context, where Southern people just sitting idly, not eating, and specifically the Southern people who held no slaves, what were they eating? Like not Southern food. Also, they were like taking their notes from black people.
That's a good point, brother. That's exactly what I told her earlier. But them niggas was fucking cooking their little slave food in little cast iron in the back of the shack, making it fried chicken and little grits and berries mixed with it because it was free, because berries are free. The whites was making fried chicken too. Difference is they was doing it on the stove. The old missus would bake some pies and put it on the windowsill. And guess who would come and steal it as fast as he could? Eat it with his hand while the mouth was burning and get a whooping for it. Because that little bit of sugar was worth the whooping. You know how many slaves caught diabetes stealing food, sugar? Because they never had sugar, so the moment they got it, they caught diabetes.
And Charlie, your boy, Thomas Sowell said that he loved chitlins, which is an African American delicacy. Comes from actually Europe, from poor Scottish people. I don't know, Charlie.
See, Charlie, like, I ain't gonna front. I got mad at my African baby mother yesterday, and I remember what niggas said to you, baboon nose. So I said, you baboon nose bitch, right? I said that with a passion and a lot of anger, but I texted though. I ain't say it with words, but I said it in my head. And when I said that, I felt the anger of all my, not my ancestors, well, the white niggas. And that shit felt wrong, my nigga. And I had to apologize after because, like, but I realized that shit was hurtful.
Yo, Nathan.
I gotta apologize.
I had walked away from my phone. I heard my name, but I'll say specifically.
That's what I'm sorry for you, a baboon nose.
I used specific examples of the scraps that were turned into delicacies. I did not mention fried chicken, but the raccoons had to coon out, spin their striped tails in the air.
I said chitlins.
You said chitlins, but Nathan, to that point, oh my bad, I'll let you.
No, go on.
Well, it's in their names.
I was just gonna say
raccoon got a
that point, like, you say like you know, they took it from Scottish people. I think the Scots were also like extremely subjugated by the Brits. I think what I'm trying to say is like I think cuisine, a lot of like the cuisine of different cultures are shaped by circumstance. You take like to the Caribbean islands, like a lot of their cuisines are like seafood inspired, right? Because they're on a fucking island, like it's obviously you're surrounded by seafood, right? I just think the people's cuisines are a result of their circumstances, and like the Scots were like poor, like poor like British servants, or weren't they like subjugated by England? So I imagine like a poor culture was they obviously probably don't have much to pick from.
That's
so
incorrect, Louis. That's very incorrect. You're thinking of the Welsh and the Irish. The Scots have ruled over England in many other like past reigns. So the Scots are not poor subjugated people.
Well, Faisal,
I'm not sure. Is that true? I'll just look at it.
Faisal, I feel you're being very disingenuous by being ignorant of Louis' point. See, what the detail you fail to realize is that globalization is the reason we have all these cuisines. Why do when an Indian nigga would go to Africa with his seasonings, he would introduce a new flavor to their bland food. And then they would end up creating a new cuisine based upon the seasoning that the Indians brought to them. It got so popular that people like Columbus would travel all across looking for some of these herbs. So when we think of the cuisine that people like to market as, this is my people, we have to realize that culture is a learned behavior. people learn how to cook these foods. And they learn how to cook these foods because other people brought certain ideas to make it what it is. So when we look at the fried chicken, when we look at the Creole food, it's based because
going to live events, traveling as much as you can to find the craziest fuckers in the world. It's almost like a hobby of mine at this point, but you just end up in weird rooms. Like, I remember talking to Samson Mao in Prague 2 years ago and just asking him, like, what he honestly thought about nation-state adoption. Or, like, you know, it's like, or like the Pete Rizzo and Adam Beck, meeting them at, like, the Crypto Graffiti's party. I think you were there, too.
I wasn't there. I left early that day, but I know you met him at the Rubik's Cube and everything.
Yeah. It's like none of these things. I wouldn't like. There's so many conversations I've had that I would never have. Like, had I not like left my, you know, government academic job and then decided to go like full into this Bitcoin culture ethos study or whatever. I don't know. It's like I just wouldn't have had. I would have also believed that there was there was nothing beyond just trying to stack.
Do you know how boring my life would have been without Bitcoin? Like, best case, I would have been some like Twitter social media tech bro with a marketing company.
I would have just been some finance bro that's addicted to fucking partying. I would have not taken the slightest look at programming if it wasn't for that. But I also don't put Adam and Samson on a pedestal. Like, you actually think that's some of the stuff that's wrong with Bitcoin, like the pseudo corporate interests that like don't necessarily like are corporate or are nonprofit. They're like just existing and just not doing well in either direction.
Yeah, I mean, you worked for Adam, so like, but I guess my point is like, you should try to meet your heroes because.
You know what's funny, Asher? You know the founding fathers that are considered the founding fathers. Do you know what makes them different than everyone else that participated in the Revolutionary War?
They survived?
No, they all have one unique attribute in common. They all happen to own their own newspaper that would write about how awesome they were. Isn't that interesting?
Makes sense. I would say that the American Revolution, without the newspaper, there wouldn't have been an American Revolution. It was just like, why it's in the Constitution.
Well, back then they just realized that it was all just like blogs where like people were just posting bullshit to bolster their own PR. And you know, like Benjamin Franklin and all those guys, they would just write fake articles like talking about themselves, pretend it was public opinion to like sway public opinion. I'm just saying that, like, I don't conflate the. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay, so the heroes.
I'm just saying, don't meet your heroes. Yeah. Because there tends to be that the people that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You should meet them because you need to fight. Like, at least, like, if you meet someone face to face, you can have a conversation, even if it's not. You know, you don't know everything they're really thinking, but it's like you can kind of get some grounding for like what is really going on.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like, if you think someone's your hero and they have a full-time publicist, they're probably not the person you think they are.
Yeah, but this is why you should just try to find the real people. And what was I?
You were.
I'm not saying you don't have to agree with the people, or you can see why someone, like, I remember I met Amir Taki. He bought me lunch actually, and
wait, when he said he bought you lunch, did he find it in a dumpster or did you see him spend money on it?
I saw him spend money, and he ordered like raw meat what is it called?
Beef tartare.
Yeah, beef tartare. This is in Prague.
Yeah, of course. That's where you get it. It's really good.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen anyone wolf down just like ground beef raw before, but he totally. Yeah.
In Prague, they farm to table it, so it's healthy. I every day I'm in Prague, I eat beef tartare.
It's a little intense watching it the first time, but he was one of these guys that like was in it for the revolution, and then he got into Ethereum, and now he wears a suit, and he's like trying to explain.
Wait, he wears a suit?
He used to like backpack around not Afghanistan. He was like Syria. Yeah, he strapped on an AK and was like fighting with.
Well, he was a network systems administrator, and he went to help the Syrians with their network system administration issues. And believe it or not, in Syria, they don't have that many networks to system administrate, but they need men with AKs to help them shoot at people. And so he ended up doing less system network administration and more killing ISIS.
Yeah. It's total, like, so of all of the people in early Bitcoin, the revolutionaries, he definitely is as revolutionary as you can get. Like,
he also is a squatter. He does the whole European thing where, like, they just, like, if they know someone's not in their home for a month, they'll just use it.
Yeah, because he's also, like, it's like an com sort of thing.
Well, he's more on the communist side where he thinks there is no such thing as property. It's just whether or not you're occupying it at that moment.
Yeah. So I'm not. My point is that like I'm not saying that I don't need to agree with someone to still respect them for the risks they take and doing what they believed in. But in spite of all of that, like he still ended up in shitcoin land, and he's doing very well for himself.
Good for him. Like, I'm surprised to see that he's wearing a suit these days. That's the most shocking thing you said to me.
I mean, it's on his Twitter profile last I checked.
I don't know how many times I have to reemphasize. I literally don't use Twitter, so if it's on Twitter, I'm ignorant of it. Everyone's
And the funny thing is, like, he's younger than me, and he's like had way more life experience in a lot of ways. I don't think he has kids, but it's like it's fun to me. You're younger than me, Milan, and it's similar.
Listen, Amir's a communist, so all children are his children.
That's right. He's a communist who's doing very well for himself.
I'm 35. I think Amir and I are basically the same age. I don't know how old he is.
Well, but he needs to exercise more. I'd say he's getting too fat and happy. What was I saying? The revolution.
You're saying Amir lived more than you. He's a little younger than you.
Yeah, and so like even if so there's this saying. I think the Apostle Paul says it. He's like, even if every man is a liar, like let this be true, something like that. And that's kind of the heart of the point. It's like even if you meet every Bitcoiner and they turn out to be shitcoiners or whatever, whatever your equivalent of that would be.
I also think it's such a meaningless distinction that like other people apply, because like what's the best way to say this? The kind of human that would learn about Bitcoin, play with it, and have the trait intellectual openness and the lack of like a disgust heuristic to want to play with it back in 2009, 2010, 2011 are never going to conform to this idea of like, oh, that's caca. We don't touch caca because that has cooties. Ooh, like you're just dispositionally the kind of person who's just open and like, I want to try that. Oh, a bunch of people who are stupid and want to bully me say don't try that. Well, I'm going to fucking try it, right? Like so many of the early Bitcoiners are people who are like, oh, that's a shitcoin. They're like, well, you know what? I want to try it. I want to play with it. I want to like see if it's good or not. Because you never would have been someone who would have touched a Bitcoin in 2011 if someone saying, "Oh, that's garbage, don't touch that," would compel you to not touch something.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they said about Bitcoin. And I agree with that generally, and I think I'm kind of like people use the shitcoin narrative as a way to. It's like a shortcut. It's like it saves your ass in the long run, yes, but is it honest? I don't know. But here's where I was going with this is that like at the end of the day, this is about survival, and people who realize that early enough end up, keeping their stack longer. But most of the world comes to Bitcoin because of survival. Like they are forced into it either through ransomware or, like someone in their family got scammed and now they have to go buy Bitcoin.
That used to be true. I think you're using 2018 logic. That's no longer the case.
If you poll people, I think that's still when most people have never heard of it, and then when they have,
that's your problem there. You gotta stop talking to Polish people.
Exactly. And my new job is probably going to give me a lot more insight into this question because of like the stuff. But yeah, like because I have never really looked at the criminal side of things too deeply, and I think I might actually learn a few things.
Cool. Keep me apprised. I wish I was going to Bitcoin Plus, but I literally moved into my new place on Monday. And I've been to Austin once a week for the past 3 months in a row. So I kind of have I want a little bit of a cool down period between me and Austin.
This is I'll miss you, but just in terms of currencies though, most of the world's currencies are pretty shitty, and it's just the West has the privilege of being able to choose between the dollar and Bitcoin, and that's but for everyone else, it's a survival game, and it's sad, right? So even if hodling is
Hello?
Physicists about interpretations of quantum mechanics or whatever. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Do you take a view session on subjective and objective Bayesianism? Hello?
And we're rolling around into, year progresses. This year, 2025. All right, May 4th, Sunday, May 4th, 2025. May the 4th be with you. Kind of want to go see the Giants game today just because of that. But it's a fun one here in the Bay Area. So all you Star Wars fans, I hope you guys are having a good one. May the 4th be with you. And I hope you have a great, great Sunday wherever you are across this beautiful globe. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Moving into the world of entheogens and psychedelics and discussing what is happening around in this amazing little blue sphere that we live on. So, hey, Jordan, how's it going? Good morning. How do you start your day?
Hi, James. I'm starting the day great. I slept fantastically, and Jim and I have a thing today with Dr. Daniel Readers, I believe, who's in the audience, and looks like this whole thing with someone taking the title of your Symphony of Cells is going to work out okay. I think they're going to have us do it, or have me do a podcast with them for your Symphony of Cells. So that was one of those things where I got a little bit mad, but it was a good thing that I stayed really polite and affirmative, so I was able to turn that around. It's good. I'm looking forward to the room. Also, I was finally able to understand why there was a problem in my book with Jim in the footnote, page 236, about something that Connor Murray had said, and it's a really important point, and I'm glad that I got to the bottom of it. It was one of those things where I had to have a whole lot of windows open and keep cross-referencing things till I finally understood, or at least I think I've understood what's going on. I'm hoping even that at some point I'll be on the Flourish Academy and get to talk to Connor directly about what it is I think I finally figured out. So I'm good. I'm looking forward to your room. Thank you for having us.
Oh, we can phone Connor and ask him to come here and talk to you too. Oh man. Thank you, Jordan. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully we can stay on that. Actually, today, asking me
That's Michael
different types of physical places being developed to actually engage with people, to actually help create.
Well, I'm great. Just week, and integrating from a lot. Actually, these last few psychedelic months have been a lot, and thinking a lot about sort of the interface between the psychedelic underground and how it's developed its own pattern of use, which has often been without knowing the actual substance for sure, unless it's been widely tested, and then also even then not knowing how much it's been cut, because it's really hard to tell. So potency, I think, I'm starting to think has actually been is different than we thought it was, involving a lot of substances, because people are used to getting something that's a lot more dialed down. So it's just something I've been kind of like experimenting with and realizing some things.
Well, one of those
really another discussion.
One of those recurring themes that we kind of like talk about here a lot. Probably one of the only places where this is spoken about is dosing, right? Like understanding kind of dose levels and what the effect or the experience potential is to be created. So I think you're right. I think we've talked about it so many times here, all the different levels that exist within the consumption of entheogens or psychedelics, and that kind of piece right there, just kind of even within the research world as still moving forward and things are being found, all the different levels tend to kind of like help like things like not fall apart, but just show the different directions that they can go. It's like mycelium. So there's many different points of contact, and there's many different directions of neural pathways that can Hey, Stephen Ramirez, bro, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing very well. I slept pretty well myself, and yeah, I actually got to sleep in. The kid's not with me this weekend, so yeah, get to sleep in a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty funny, Patrick, because there is a difference between 200 mics and 100 mics.
Yeah, just like we were talking about in the past one night, the difference between 5 mics and 20 mics is even there's always a no difference. And that's the thing that I always find interesting.
Damn, it's the same fucking conversation every single day with people. This is why people, if you don't use this as like an audiobook platform, I think you're crazy, because these conversations just don't end. It's the same stupid shit. But it is content. It's like sound, meaning that dead air time is even worse than this, and this is just the same shit every time. But it's still better than nothing. But it's not better than an audiobook on YouTube.
0.5, this is 0.25. No, look, what Premise One is saying is, if you assent to it, that you just have assigned a credence level to it being false. It being very likely false. And if nothing changes, then you think it's very likely to be false. Like, that's not... Forget all the math and all this undergirding stuff.
Well, that's how I want to talk about it. That's how I think you can...
That's why I said yesterday, it's like you're just basically confusing the discussion. Like that doesn't, like, if it's not if the math and stuff isn't helping you organize the thinking, then why would you use it to just confuse the thinking?
Well, I think it is, or like, I want to use it because it is organizing my thinking.
No, but it's not. But I'm saying this is the analogy. You're saying, well, not even the analogy. It's like you're saying what we're saying. Hey, this is why Bayes' theorem is a great way to capture kind of our intuitions about epistemology. It's like, you use this formula, this mathematical formula, to processify the thinking you have. It's like, and then this is a kind of thought I have about, like, I assign credence.
Like. Sonny wrote, is this where losers hang out? I saw the name Republican had to drop in to troll you. It's accurate. Hey, free Palestine. I greet you, my agency, IO set in Paris. I will see all your videos. Hi, my name is IO. I'm in Paris. These are the YouTube comments. I think he's pooping. How are you doing today?
Still get that, like, the person is being irrational, not to kind of like err on the side of their priors. And that's just like, okay, one would be, yeah, sure. You think that, say you think that the debate amongst public parties is going to turn out one way or the other eventually.
They moved me. They brought me up and then they moved me back.
You don't. You're going to be aware of it, right?
Like, what's the deal?
You think all you're going to have is your priors, even though you think that they would be dwarfed by.
They're probably advantageous in some reporters that covers like the anti-Semites and pederast Tim Ross. Hopefully someone's reporting on.
If you're in that position and you want to form as many true beliefs as you can, right? Then if your priors are high enough, you should look at it as like, here's a great opportunity for me to form a true belief based on like what I do have.
If you just think about it in terms of assigning credence values to the propositions in the argument, I think that makes it more clear.
It doesn't make it's like so strange.
Sasha it sounds like she agreed earlier, so you can just tell and talk to her about it. I don't know how else to explain.
It's like so weird. Like, it's like, I want to give you this like clear account of causal infinitism obtaining. It's like, let me give you a Grim Reaper paradox. It's like, if that doesn't work, what's going on here? It's like, yeah, why would you use that's not the correct methodology to illustrate what's being said. Like, if you perfectly understand clearly that, like, in the case where you've assigned credence to something and fuck all else changes, then, like, yeah, it's like most people say, like, that's the established belief, or the thing, that's the established level of confidence already. It's already happened, okay? It's like, all right, well, let me plug it into this.
It's like!
That doesn't
like!
Sufficiently translate exactly what we're seeing.
Kind of interesting. It's like, or like, is a word like, something to bounce off of, like.
Sufficient.
Like?
this evaluation.
And I don't think this is going to work for
Lie.
aware of the sort of debate
on independent discussion now, where it's just like, what you're saying is strange, because like you keep saying like, oh, I can't plug this into that, but why should it? Why should you do? Why should that be what it is?
Like the idea is, like for Draper's argument, if we're talking about intrinsic probability, and all you have is just some confidence that the intrinsic probability is, X, Y, Z, and then you're not commenting on the evidence, and like given some other beliefs, you could very reasonably just be agnostic on the issue as a whole. I agree with that, but not for like prior probability. Just if your prior in P is like 0.8, and then there's just like you're saying, I'm not going to consider the evidence, then you're not using Bayes' theorem because you're not updating on any evidence.
They brought me up at 3 times and kicked me down because
I
I think Sam knows that I'll trigger everybody.
So it's more clear.
The way we were discussing premise 1, like with the Jack Angstreich argument, it's just that you assenting to premise 1 is just assenting to, it's just confirming that you have this credence. And once you have
the assent to premise 1 is it's 0.7 credence true. That's what it means.
I mean, that's a typical discussion now. You're saying that's a different point.
It's the same point. I'm trying to show you that you can assent to premise 1 and still think premise 2 is either like you don't have position.
Yeah. But the whole point yesterday was that, your point was that if you have a prior of 0.7 and the second part of it, like the marginal likelihood or whatever, question mark, then you're justified in the output being a question mark.
I'm pretty sure I said you could deny premise. Like you could accept premise 1.
You can deny premise 2. You did say that, yeah. But your explanation for that, like in the context of the argument, was you can just like the premise 2. If premise 2 is a question mark and premise 1 is 0.7, then it's like you plug that into Bayes' theorem. The output is a question mark.
Yeah, I didn't know that that's not Bayes' theorem. So I was wrong on that. But
no, it's not. I was saying forget all of that. Like this is not really necessary to just understand the simple point, which is if you've already assigned the credence and nothing's changing, why would it change to a question mark?
What I've assigned the credence to is that the proposition is 0.7 likely. That's it. Like that proposition.
No. I think we're good. You guys are talking past each other again. Like, so Albedo's talking about credence in premises of an argument, and Timothy is talking about the prior probability that you assign to like atheism, I guess. Right. So like, that's two different things.
No, I know that. I understand that there's a difference, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm being very like, I don't know if he's agreeing with me or like. Do you not want to talk about the way
that's just like a different point. I mean, we could like in the discussion about. I mean, even then, I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't even know what it's like. If the point is supposed to be, oh, if you assign 0.7 to this, and then it's like, I don't know what you're saying. It's a question mark. Like, I think you'd run into the same problem as the Bayes rule thing, where it's just like, I mean, I don't know what 0.7 multiplied by a question mark is what exactly?
I wrote, enjoy your day on Clubhouse, but likely you won't actually be productive or have a good day here. Like, not likely.
You already have a prior, and it's irrelevant of the
You just.
Oh my god, it's so addictive, Deborah. It's like I can't get off of it, but I'm gonna read a book now, but I'm still clicking and I can't even get no room now because this new fucking interface is fucking horrible. It automatically puts you in a room and I can't get out of the room and I can't get in the room I want to get in
out in the exact same confusion.
I gotta restart the app to get in it's like what it's like the fucking creators of this app want you to you know, like get in a room like right away. And like, I'm like thinking that like, you know, the likelihood of me getting into a room, but I don't want to be in the room, likely.
You realize the machinery be like the fucking chips and the computer chips, but the electrical machinery be the fucking like the train shit, the carts, those things, like Caterpillar company pulling them shits, and these are like $38 billion $1 trillion. So the top three makers will be those three right there: the crude oil, the electrical chips, or the fucking electrical machinery. And then if you was to add ChatGPT, it would just tell you that, and you would end up getting one of the gas stations, NVIDIA, or fucking AMD, or one of them motherfuckers, or fucking General, General Electric. But they got divided into 5 different companies, so you really want to fuck with them like that.
But I asked ChatGPT. I was asking ChatGPT about it. I just asked, do stocks that are legitimately evaluated typically take these kind of stock hits when a brand ambassador or CEO makes like a faux pas?
I wrote low IQ, stupid, waste of time, shameful brain rot. Nathan and Tali are brain rot sufferers. Addicted to stupid people talking. Nathan TBI, Tali TBI. If we stupid, you lack confidence and Bath and cowardice.
Typically don't drop this sharply from CEOs or public figures' personal scandal unless that person is deeply intertwined with the brand's identity.
They kicked me. We got it. They're not being chill, right? If you kick somebody from the room, Deborah, you agree that that's not chillism, right? That's anger. That's an anger response, correct? So I don't know if I said anything hurtful, but it is just a chat app, right? Like, it's not the end of the world if I make fun of people for wasting their time and not reading anything, right? Just talking all the time and literally coming up with shit. It's like a game that kids play where they're like, if you had to swim through a pool full of diarrhea for $1 million, would you do it? That's basically what these rooms are. And it's amazing how people don't realize or at least can't openly discuss or regularly discuss what they're doing here, which is really wasting their time. And they're not being productive in the slightest way possible, especially if they're not actually creating anything. Because when a room isn't on record or you're not creating content outside of the platform, you're truly just wasting your time for absolutely no purpose, no possibility of any type of remuneration or any type of additional, creation. And I'm clicking on a room. I can't even get in a room. Is it maybe me? Is it maybe my profile? But I have to restart the app every time now to get to a new room. So you tell me, like, do the people who develop this app, are they even aware of what they're doing to their app? But it doesn't really matter. I don't know how this app can sell data, which is worth more than the amount of data transfer that they have to pay. Because it seems to me like the amount of money that they have to pay to process all the data transfer would be far more than the amount of data that they can sell.
He's really doing something with a woman, right? Mm-hmm. The woman is like, bitch, nigga, you ain't doing shit. I'm faking this orgasm. Like, straight up. Like, straight up, this shit feel like air in my vagina. But I'm going, oh, oh. And I'm making you come, right? Because you think you doing something. You ain't doing nothing with that little shit, nigga. Put that shit away. But I just don't want to tell you the shit's small and they doing nothing. I don't want to tell you I'm acting.
So this is for news, basically.
News, do you understand news?
They got angry because I called them stupid because they were talking about all the different. They were talking about Southern cuisine, and anyways, I won't even go into chillism, but it is really stupid, isn't it?
But you can keep thinking you got a big dick, and you doing something. Ooh, news.
Good morning, my fellow retards. I am a brain rot sufferer. I maybe have become autistic, and I'm definitely suffering from ADHD. I'm wondering, how are you people also dealing with the same problem?
What is autism? Can you define autism?
It's called Clown House.
Can you define autism, please?
Yes. 99.9% of all Clown House users suffer from what the DSM calls autism spectrum disorder. It's basically brain rot. And so what's happening is people who come to Clown House can't admit it, but they are completely unproductive, wasting all the time. And basically, that's what the modern day psychiatry is calling Clubhouse syndrome. And the truth is, we could go into any room right now and confirm it. And I hope I was accurate and I am complete. Please don't call us. We will call you.
I know that's right. Give it up. You retarded motherfuckers.
So then Deborah becomes a comedy show again.
It's okay to be retarded. Just join the game.
Never go full retard.
Helmets for everyone. Everyone gets a helmet. Get in line for your helmet.
I have my own helmet. I'm Canadian.
I have a pink helmet on right now.
I don't wear my helmet.
My helmet is pink. It reminds me of pussy.
All right, 4 minutes to my heart out. I got 4 minutes to my heart out, because then I'm going to go about my life.
All right. Shout out to Doge, man. News, why you not talking anymore? Your dick got soft.
Oh my God.
Your dick got soft.
Yeah, I'm back now.
Okay, this is a weird room. I've never seen this.
Last time they're talking like they're vomiting because they want to fight. No. Come on, man.
But you guys.
Man, what's the deal with your racist ass title? Can't even get on the room. Can't even get up. Hello?
Where and Dinka were not there, South Sudan wouldn't be.
You should not say lie on line. Everybody's just listening to you. You've been
The name of this house is called White Armies Power. Support White Armies. Update and insight on current situation in central Noorland, which is Africa.
To be in command in South Sudan.
Sudan.
Under your president, under your regime, under your king.
Man, you guys are running everywhere.
See, this is what I thought Clown House would be like before, is like international monitoring.
To be used on
in refugee camp, even you don't know.
If you use them in White Army, I would say fight the fight. But if you use them on civilian, you're going to use them on civilian. So you want to use them on civilian.
Why don't you
so when you say, so when you tell me,
when Dinka fire refugee camp, why do you be Dinka? Because you guys not enough to be Dinka. Dinka is the nation.
You never won any war in the history of Sudan, not just South Sudan. In Sudan, in total,
I'm going to have Dinka beat you in South Sudan now.
Is that right? Where?
I have the key.
Yo, you know how many people are subhuman, bro? I couldn't believe it.
Does everyone in this room feel like they've done their due diligence?
100%.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I'm involved.
I've been trying to do my due diligence for quite some time now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I definitely am doing my due diligence.
Let me find out she don't love the smell of her butthole when she takes a shit.
Ew.
That's called self-love.
Big love, big love, big love, big love, big love, free! Tori. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah.
You go see somebody tomorrow.
Let me throw you up in the basement and pull your vagina out of your crotch.
Okay, no, you will not do that. No, thank you. I'm good.
What is a pussy? You don't even need. Yo, you don't even need your pussy, bro. You don't need it. Just take it out.
No, not you. He's not here. He's not here. Hey, Roger.
Hey, Roger. How you doing, Mr. Big Dick? Roger, do you have a big penis, big boy? Do you have a big penis? Roger.
Big one, big one, big one, big one, bitch, free Tory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Now all we have is someone to record us.
Jesus, your life is so exciting. Gigi and Uncle Ted are wanted to the room.
Come after.
Finally, a chill room. Like, everybody on this app says like all the time, like literally, like.
Can you do a shitty impression of me again, please?
Can you please do a shitty impersonation of me, please, as I go about and collect the rents for the month of May? Some people are behind on the fucking rent. I've got a baby to feed over here, and I got Clubhouse to sit on and talk about nothing, listen to nothing, waste my fucking time with nothing. And now I've got a nothing burger and a nothing muffin and a nothing house and nothing husband and nothing kid, and everything is nothing. Because all I do, like, is just, like, do nothing. And so as a result, I've got nothing. And I gotta say, have you ever had nothing pizza with nothing on top? It's just cheese pizza. There's nothing on it. It's called cheese pizza with no toppings.
Never watched this. Exactly. This is how would I be.
Like, who fucking muted me? Who fucking dared to fucking mute me? Like you got nothing. You got nothing, and you're muting me.
Yeah, I got nothing. Okay, so be quiet.
Like, stop muting me.
Oh my god, you're so annoying. Be quiet.
Like, I got. They finally put me in the goo.
You watch this?
Yeah, let me.
Somebody, they posted something funny on Instagram. It says, point of view when my bestie finally had kids and I'm stuck babysitting them, but they act just like her. It's kind of funny. Matt Matthews. What a great crowd at the Pound Town Republicans meeting. I love getting to meet new people each and every day. Oh, yeah, I know this guy. Angerbach, Eric Angerer. He's a Marine veteran. Ooh. Oh, we got a room going here.
This doesn't count because this is my stalker.
Like, I ain't no stalker, love. I gotta get the fuck off this app and read a fucking book.
He makes smile sometimes. Can you block Daddy Mike?
Who's this?
This is Lord Mike. He keeps following me.
People really play this game.
Who is the woman because she can read?
Yeah, this app fucking sucks, doesn't it? Can't even like get into a room. How the fuck have they updated it to where like you click on a room and you can't even get in? Oh, it's so annoying. Anyways, there's no more point in this. This app is fucking garbage. And so one of my YouTube accounts got deleted for copyright infringement. And they said that if you appeal this copyright infringement and account termination, there will be serious legal consequences. And so then I get an email back from YouTube saying that the claimant on the copyright now has to file a lawsuit against you, or within 15 days they'll reinstate the account. So we're going to see if Longmont Potion Castle is going to file a lawsuit against me. I think it'd be fucking hilarious. So we'll see what happens with that. And we'll see if we get that YouTube account back. Because there's 1,500 videos in there, 2,000 videos, whatever. There's a lot of videos in there. It had 500 subscribers or 450 subscribers. So it's kind of a loss, And all these digital assets, if one of them goes down, it's a loss because there's a lot of time that goes into setting it up. And each and every one of these accounts can very quickly put out a very targeted, powerful campaign communication information. So losing a YouTube account at this stage with time constraints is just not worth it anymore to put anything or do anything that would sacrifice the account, which is really just this copyright infringement stuff. And it was all because I was playing a CD. But God, it is the dumbest it's the dumbest prank calls ever. It's really stupid prank calls. It's not that funny. Even the Jerky Boys prank call CD was pretty crappy. The audio quality is bad. It's kind of stupid. It's just people crashing out, getting angry because they know they're being fucked with on the phone by some random. Okay, so I can't find any more rooms. We're going to terminate this Clubhouse morning session. I hope you've enjoyed it. We hit the hour mark. God bless you all. Health, wealth, love. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Is this where losers hang out? I saw the name Republican had to drop in to troll you.